Lights, camera, action. Let's start the show. Here's a little wedding planning advice to help your story unfold. This is your wedding series, and this is episode 14. Oh my goodness. So, this is going to be another amazing episode because we are talking about planning the wedding proposal. So, planning the proposal itself, the engagement is about to begin. And so, today we are talking about the proposal itself. Now, this wedding planning has been helping you to plan your wedding from the beginning, from the start. We started with like 14-year-old you, and we fast forward all the way to the age in which you'd be getting engaged. That's different age for everybody. As you guys remember, not everybody gets engaged at the exact same time. So, yeah, we are just, oh my gosh, it's been so much fun. It's been so exciting to actually get to this point where now we are planning the actual proposal. Let me sit back. Let me sit back. I am so excited. I love engagements, and I love hearing people's like story. So like if you want to share your story with me, please feel free to. Like please feel free. I will have you here on the platform with me, and you can share your story with others. Like if you just want to talk to somebody during this time, because I know it's exciting, and like a lot of times like yeah, your friends are excited and your family is excited too, but not as excited as you and not as excited as me. So if you want to share, if you want to talk about it with somebody, feel free to reach out to me via my email, yourcontentcreator@yahoo.com. And so, oh my goodness, let's get started here in episode 14. Oh my gosh. Okay, episode 14. We are talking about the proposal. So, prepping, planning the proposal. We're continuing on with some more questions, but these are very specific to the actual, like, how you want to be proposed to. Okay. So, this is for both the bride and the groom. These are questions that you guys can go over and talk about. The same questions that me and my honeydew went over as well, and we talked about. And so, yeah, and yeah, so let's go. Let's just get into it. Let's get into it. I will definitely be sharing more of our answers in a separate video that talks about like engagement ring story and giving more answers and stuff like that in there. But this is definitely going to help you guys to be talking about it and asking these questions. Okay, enough stalling. Enough stalling. All right. All right. Question number one. Which ring do you want or surprise you? Okay. So what's the style of ring do you want? Okay. As the bride, what's the engagement style ring do you want? Do you want more of a diamond that like sits on top, or do you want the diamond to sit inside the ring? Do you not want a diamond at all? Like, do you want a different color gem? There's so many different color gems. There's rubies, sapphires, there's pearls. Some people are doing like, you could do like a cute little pearl ring. There's so many different styles of rings. So oh my gosh, I gotta calm down. This is so good. This is so good. So we're at this point, you know what I'm saying? Like episode 14 is pretty special, okay? Because like we're at the point where it's like, okay, it's getting very serious. He could propose any day now. And so it's time to, get down to these questions. It's time to get down to these questions. So yeah, which ring do you want or surprise you? So that means like groom, maybe you decide, you know what, like I can pick out her ring. I can do this. This isn't difficult. I can do it. I can pick it out. I don't need your help. I don't need your assistance. It's the ring you're going to be wearing for the rest of your life. So like hopefully, you can live with that, both of you. So decide, in these conversations before he even proposes, what would you like to do when it comes to the engagement ring itself? Okay. The next thing is engagement ring shopping. So you can either go engagement ring shopping together, or he can do all the engagement ring shopping by himself. But you do want the bride to come with you on like the what part? On the part where she needs to like get size so that you know her ring size so that you don't have to play this game of like, okay, well now we gotta go get the ring resized because it doesn't fit. And so a lot of times people still have to, even though like you get size, depending on what part of the year that you get engaged and the part of the year that you tried the ring on, the ring just may not fit. And so you have to go in and get like a resizing of the ring, even though you did what you could to avoid that, okay? By going to get sized. And also, this gives the bride a chance to like show off like the style that she like really wants and that she's thinking about. And you two also get to look at pricing, like getting to see what the gentleman is going to be spending on this engagement ring, getting an idea. Maybe you don't want a real diamond. Maybe you decide like you want some of the lab grown diamonds that are being made, just like lab grown food. It'll be fake. So it'll be it'll be a fake diamond. So, but maybe like a real diamond doesn't matter to you, and so you would prefer to have a fake diamond, a fake ring. So, and that's okay. That's okay. Like if that's what you want, that's what you want, right? So, yeah. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Okay, so you're now at the point of engagement ring shopping, and you're looking around. You're getting ideas of styles, of sizing, of all the good things. Okay, and so. Gentlemen, remember you're taking notes here, you're paying close attention, and like you may have to go to different stores. You may not just go to the first store and like it's the right fit that you guys think fits for your personality and like your budget. And so maybe you decide like, okay, we need to keep looking. Okay. So yeah, engagement ring shopping. I can't wait to tell y'all our story for our engagement ring. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to tell it because it is a beautiful story. It is a beautiful story. I mean, everyone says that about their wedding series and like their stories and diaries for their wedding, but like it's a beautiful story and I cannot wait to tell you guys. I cannot wait. Okay, let's keep going. Do you want to wear my grandmother's ring, my mother's ring, or a family member's ring in your family? So this is the groom to be asking this question to the bride to be. Would you like to wear like a family hand-me-down ring, basically? So that is something that you guys can discuss. I think that it's beautiful. I think that it's very like keep it in the family. You know what I mean? Like people pass away, people die like every day, right? And what ends up happening to like all of that like jewelry and their wedding rings and stuff, and people are like, well, like I don't really want something that they wore or whatever it might be. And it's like I just don't think that people think about it like when someone passes away, like what happened to that piece of jewelry? Where is that piece of jewelry? And so that's why it's important that like what your mother, grandmother like has rather than just kind of like, keeping your head down and like not knowing. And now they're in the hospital and like they can't really speak to you and tell you where things are. And maybe they like put it in like a safe keeping, like in a safe nursing home or something like that. And they couldn't even wear the ring anymore because they got so small, they got so tiny or something like that. And so you just want to be thinking about, okay, at some point we're going to get engaged. Let's be thinking about like what kind of ring, because like I said, a lot of people will go out and buy something new. They don't have to. Maybe you don't have to. Maybe this cost could be avoided altogether. So yeah, and it could be for a great reason. All right, let's keep going here. Oh my goodness. All right, do you want to be surprised or do you want to plan the proposal? Do you want to plan marriage proposal or do you want to be surprised? Now, if you've been watching my wedding series, you already know which one I chose when it came to this question. Okay. And so, if you have a honeydew, we're on the exact same page, which I know a lot of couples are not. And that's why it's important that you both talk about it now. Do you want it to be a surprise proposal? Do you want it to be a planned proposal? What are y'all thinking? Okay. Because you don't want to be surprised if you were the kind of like bride to be that wanted to plan the whole thing, and you don't want to be planning the whole thing if you like really were into surprises, like you thought this whole time in your life that like when that day came that you would be surprised. And so you don't want to be getting a ton of questions on like the planning process and you didn't get the surprise, right, that you wanted. So it's important that y'all talk about that y'all talk about these questions. Okay, it's just so important. All right. The location of the engagement. So the location for the engagement itself for the wedding proposal in order to be engaged, right? So where do you want this thing to take place? What are some ideas that you have running through your head? Like, hopefully you've been thinking about this at some point. If not, like, start getting some ideas, start researching, go online and get some ideas of like what you imagine or what you want moving forward. Maybe you didn't have an imagination and like you had no idea like about engagement and stuff like that. You never thought about a wedding proposal. You're just kind of like living your life and like you just haven't been thinking about it. Hopefully, you have had some thought to this, but if you haven't, go online and get overwhelmed with all the research that's online and, different, you know, locations and ideas of where you want to have the engagement. Like, where do you want to have the wedding proposal itself? Okay. I keep saying the engagement, I mean like getting engaged. You guys know what I'm talking about. I'm just excited. I'm just excited. Okay. Woo! All right. So figure that out and you guys talk about it so that the groom knows when he does propose. Okay, this is like her favorite place or whatever, or maybe like he just plans it all by himself. You're like, you know what, I don't want to be a part of it. I just want to be surprised. Like, you go plan it, you go figure it out. Like, you got this, I trust you. I'm just here for the ride on this part. Okay, on this part I just want to show up and be surprised. I had no idea it was coming, right? That's how you want to be. So that's the kind of bride that just wants. So, do you want to do a private proposal with just you and your groom to be? So, just the bride to be and the groom to be. So, a completely private proposal. Now, do you pick your location? Do you want it to just be private, or do you want like family and friends to be there as well? Okay. And there is a pros and cons to both. Obviously, if it's like private, then like it's more intimate. It's just you two, of course. I'm not saying of course, not always, but a lot of time, a huge percentage, the bride is going to be crying a lot. She's going to be so, and so you just want to be thinking about like, all right, do we want to have everybody there and share in that moment, or do we just want it to be special for just us? Now, the pro of also having everybody there, or at least like close family and friends, is that it can immediately turn into an engagement party. Like, immediately. Like, oh my gosh, the party has begun. Maybe they're hiding in the wings somewhere, they're hiding in the shadows, they're hiding behind corridors. You guys get it. And then, he does the proposal, and then after the proposal, she says yes, and then everybody comes out. And so, oh my gosh, exciting, right? Exciting. So, this is, like I said, this is the conversation. We're not planning anything right now just yet. We're just talking, bride and groom to be are just talking. They're having a conversation. They're writing some things down, and they're getting some ideas of each other's like personality when it comes to planning, something so momentous and memorable as their wedding proposal. So yeah, so taking a lot of notes and everything like that. And like I said, it's something that you guys have to think about. Do you want it to be private? And remember, if you do have a lot of people there, then you could actually go ahead and just turn into a huge engagement party, which I think is pretty fabulous. Just saying, just saying. So something to think about. All right. The next question. Should you hire a professional photographer and maybe even a videographer to capture the moment? Or would you prefer to hire a content creator who's going to make it more raw, real, and, authentic and just being more of a fly on the wall? So, like, they're, not seen by anybody. And so, like, you're doing a proposal and everything, and they're able to capture it all, but they're not sitting there with tons of equipment everywhere, and the bride to be will probably see all that and then give it all away. And so, yeah, they're lurking in the shadows with everybody else when you're a content creator, and then when everybody comes out, then you're still more of a fly on the wall in the moment with you guys, walking around, capturing all the moments on the cell phone, which is a lot easier than all that big, huge equipment, which makes people like stress out and kind of like tense up, and like they're not as real when it comes to being around the professional videographers and professional photographers. But do what's best for you. Do what's best for you. You may want to hire a professional photographer, but then hire a content creator to get like the video side of everything. So then you still have the professional photos, but then for the video, you don't want to forget about video, especially with everybody being on social media and want to share their wedding series. This is the kick off the wedding series. So, we don't want to forget about that, our social media platforms and stuff. So, as you guys know, I am a content creator, and so I do specialize in weddings, events, parties, brands, you name it, travel, everything. So, I am the one that captures your wedding for you, starting here, starting right now with the wedding proposal. So, if you need a content creator, please send me an email. You're a content creator at yahoo.com. So, yeah, next we have this is a very important point, you guys, in planning for this proposal, for the wedding proposal. Be serious about what you really want. Be serious. Don't hold back. Girls, if you have that fairy tale in mind of him getting down on one knee in some garden or something like that, or on the beach with the wind blowing in your hair. Say it, girls. Say it. Speak up so that he knows, because he can't read your mind, okay? He doesn't know. And if you're the type of person that's like very private, you're like, you know what? I don't want all those people there. I just want it to be us. You can propose to me at any time. It could be, whatever. It could, be at the kitchen table at our parents' house, something like that. And so it's up to you. You guys need to, like I said, be talking about all this, being real, being very, very, very authentic here. Because, like, if you don't, you may get an engagement proposal, wedding proposal that's not what you wanted, that's not what you thought it would be like. And now you're disappointed, you're sad, and you don't want to share any of your wedding proposal with anybody, not even on your social media platforms, which isn't that important. But it's the fact that, like, you don't even wanna remember, like, how this all went down, okay? So, you want it to be memorable, so that's why we're planning, that's why we're talking about things. Like I said, it's a conversation phase. We're gonna get more into, like, planning and some ideas for the groom and all that good stuff as we go along, so stay tuned, guys. I hope you're getting a lot of good nuggets so far. I hope it's been a lot of good nuggets so far. So, now we're at the portion of this amazing planning where I am gonna give you a little bit of story time about another one of my friends who got proposed to, and their engagement, their wedding ring, their wedding proposal story went like this. All right. My friend likes to plan everything. So she told him that, she didn't really care like where or anything like that, but she did tell him, like, you're gonna have to get um started now. Like, you guys have heard some of this bride to be story, but they're now married now, and they're happily married, which is great, thank goodness. But she did tell him that, if you don't propose to me now, like, I'm through with you. And so she gave him, this is the one that like had the heart attack in the middle of the street, like young guy, only like 30, and fell out, like literally fell out and like they live in a city where it's like tons of foot traffic. So like him falling out, thank goodness, like ambulance were there super fast, super quick. He's fine. But she gave him like her both her grandmother's wedding rings and was like, I want you to put these rings together with these wedding rings. And so it's like, wow, very, very specific, you know. And you may be that type of bride that's like, you know, that's what I want to. I'm just going to give him the rings and be like, you better do it this way, you know. And you may be that type of bride, or you may be the type of bride that's like, no way, I would never do that to somebody. Like, whatever he wants to do, like, I'm okay with, you know. So, yeah, so that's oh my gosh. And then when it comes to our story time, you guys, I will be doing a separate video and it's gonna be titled Our Engagement. Um, our it'll be entitled Our what am I titling it? Let me think real fast. Our wedding proposal ring story. So the wedding proposal ring story is what I think I'm going to be entitling it. I'm also going to be doing another video that's just like the proposal itself. So that'll be a part of the wedding series as well. So don't think that like you're missing out on episodes because I kind of am going to be putting in not kind of, but I will be putting in our story specifically in there as well so that you guys even have more of a visual of these things. So that's exciting. That's exciting, right? You'll get to see like our story too. So I love it. I love it. And I love to share. So I hope that you also like to share. I hope that these videos have really, really been helping you to plan and that moving forward with all of this, like I said in the beginning, if like you would like to share here on my platform in order to talk about your wedding series and you know just like get a chance to like chat with somebody else, feel free to reach out to me at your content creator at Yahoo. We can do a video call together, a Zoom call, and I'm gonna share it right here on the platform so that other brides and grooms will get to see like other people's love story unfold as well. And I'm just gonna be asking you some of these questions and we're gonna talk about it. We are gonna talk about and like you would just give me the answers of how your story unfolded. Okay. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this episode. And if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments. Okay. Put them in the comments. Let's share. Let's talk about it. And I will see y'all in the next episode. And for all of you that are keeping up with the journey, I hope that you've been enjoying the ride. Keep on watching, and I will see you soon. Bye, guys.